All right. Hello. It's been, yeah, I meant to post a video the other day, but didn't get around to it. So I want to let you know where I'm at here on the hashtag metallicadiet. And this week has been a real yo-yo, real up and down. A lot of reasons for that. First and foremost, going back to Monday, like I had I just felt like this amazing positivity. Like no matter what, I couldn't fail, and it was a pretty cool feeling. And then I got sick, came down with a cold, and that kind of brought me down a little bit. But this week, going into this week, I knew it was going to be interesting and rough as we're coming into Mother's Day here, and so I killed the keto part of my Metallica diet, and I don't know if I got into really a good explanation of that, but I wanted to talk about restrictions and how they kind of affect what I'm trying to do here. And that is identifying the situations and instances in which I would feel like I needed to use food to cope with some emotional feelings. So when you throw out restrictions on your diet and food, um, you can cloud the vision, if you will. And so I decided that I wanted to lift that just because I didn't want to have that that opportunity to not think about it and go to it if I did indeed want to. That's where I was being led, because when you do go into some sort of a diet situation or you say I'm not going to do this, when you start to do that, you feel like you're failing, and that's when you miss the point. And I don't want to miss the point. So I've kind of thrown that out. And that's why phase two, Ride the Lightning, that we're in here is so long. I mean, it's a long time. It goes into July. And, I'm not in a hurry right now. And so this part of it takes time. Now, down the road, we really will get into restricting the food that I'm eating because, listen, initially, in order to get this done, I got to cut calories, and dropping the weight is super important health wise as much as it is to get the chance to meet Metallica. So, but right now I have what I feel is a certain amount of clarity in what I'm doing, and I don't want anything to get in the way of that. And part of it too is that I feel I'm gifted with a couple of things that maybe not everybody has, and that is willpower and discipline. Those two things I know I have and have proven time and time again. When we go and think about losing weight, I've done it in every way imaginable, from extraordinarily hard work and exercise to diet regimen. I mean, when I was a kid and I was 16, I wanted to lose weight so bad, I went on a liquid diet. And let me tell you what, this was a terrible idea. In fact, the doctor said you shouldn't do this, but I was determined to do it. Went on a liquid diet for like 6 weeks. I didn't eat food, and I lost a bunch of weight. But guess what? In the end, it cost me my gallbladder. That's a whole nother story. But extreme fasting can really do some damage to your internal systems. So, yeah. So I know I have those things that I can rely upon. And the clarity moment, I want to tell you the reason why it's important to have that right now is I've been looking for those moments where I automatically want to go to food. I want to be able to identify them and then think them through and address them, because I think if I do that enough on a more often and often basis, I can start to really curb that and point it into a much more productive manner, and issues that pop up, whether it's talking to somebody about them, therapy, whatever it is. So, in fact, this happened to me last night, where it kind of came clear that I was having some problems, and I know that this week it was going to be challenging. In fact, the next couple weeks is going to be super challenging for me. But and this isn't a medical term. I'm making this up. Mental gravitational pull. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm not none of those things. But I was having a mental gravitational pull to fast food, especially last night. I was like, man, I want to go somewhere and eat something. I wanted to go out. I was a little bit hungry, so I was justifying it in that manner. But I didn't want to stay at home and make something sensible. I wanted to go, and I don't know if the word splurge is the right thing, but what I clearly saw happening here is that I was starting to try to negotiate with myself. And what I mean by that is I was like, well, yeah, maybe we'll just go get a burrito. See, 'cause that's where it starts. And then you get there, and then you're like, well, maybe I need this too. And that negotiation starts, and then you give into it, and you get that stuff. And then while you're eating it, you're like, okay, I'm full. All right, but there's this stuff left. That's where the real danger zone for me is, because I'll be like, well, I should probably finish that. We don't want to let that, can't have that. I mean, it tastes so good. Though that's a danger area. And so as I was thinking about this, I'm like, okay, why am I having this pull to do that? What's going on? And of course, it's the first Mother's Day without my mom. Naturally, that is going to be emotionally charged. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to think about it. But I have to. But I want to. That's the thing. I want to. I want to deal with it. And this last week, as we've been planning my mom's funeral, it's been tough. And like I've said in the past here, I feel like the whole situation, I haven't really felt like a tremendous amount of grief like I think I should. And I've been kind of focusing on that this last week as well. And there's been a couple moments where I just let myself go and cry and get super emotional. It's been at times I wasn't prepared for it. I had a situation here at work where I was going through some pictures, and it just, whoops, boom, it hit me, and I just started bawling. I mean, I had to leave work and go home. So it hasn't been easy, but I don't want to miss those moments. I don't want to skip those moments because I feel like that isn't helping me mentally. And you close that stuff off, and then you miss out on it, and the next thing you know, you regret that, and that just leads to more binge opportunities. And so that's why I want this clarity. So what did I do about it? I thought about it. I teared up a little bit and just went about it. I didn't go out, didn't go anywhere. I even was thinking about going to a movie. And I don't want to call this necessarily ritual, but that's something that if you have these ritual moments that you partake on a regular basis, and there are things that you regularly do that involve food, that might be a ritual, something to keep aware if you do that often. And I was thinking about going to a movie. I was like, yeah, and then I can get some popcorn and do this, and then I'll go do that. Again, that's where we're getting into that danger zone. I want to be open to those moments and understand them. So after I realized I was having this pull to go do that, and a lot of it had to surround fast food, I felt better. I felt better. I did have something to eat at home, and that was good. That was good. I watched Captain America, Winter Soldier. Oh, no, not Winter Soldier, First Avenger. Either way. So that is just an example of why I didn't want to take off the restrictions. Because if I said, you know what, I'm not going to eat fast food, I might have put it into another realm that I wasn't prepared for. And that's where we're at. So that's the kind of stuff I'm really focusing and concentrating on. And to me, it is extraordinarily beneficial and helpful. And it's going to take time. It's going to take time to readdress those things and redirect them. And that's just the way I want to do this. So there you go. So I hope everybody has a good day. I appreciate everybody's support. Again, thanks to bodybuilding.com for sending me all that cool stuff, which I intend to use here down the road when we get into a phase where we get into Master of Puppets, or let's see, Kill 'Em All. That's the next phase. So, but that's not probably till like July. But we'll see. Things might accelerate a little bit, especially as I really get in here and focus. So, again, thank you, everybody. I super appreciate it. And I'll try to get up a video sooner, probably, hopefully, Monday or Tuesday. Okay?